So now we move on to do the calculation of tax payable. First, we're going to talk about the
federal tax payable before credits and also the provincial tax payable before credits. So the calculation of federal tax payable for individuals require the application of a group of progressive rates to marginal increments in taxable income. The rates are progressive. We can see from the charts is starting at a low rate of 15% and then increasing to high of 33% as the individual's taxable income increase. So we can see that there are actually 4 different tax brackets in 2021. If your income in excess of $49,020, your federal tax need to pay is $7,353. So that marginal rate is 20.5%. For individual, just enter as the highest 33% bracket. The average rate is by using the $50,141 divided by 216,511. So that's probably around 23.2%. This is there is also a very common misunderstanding regarding the taxable income bracket. So all the income is taxed at a higher rate. This is not the case, as each rate is a marginal rate. For example, if the taxable income is $216,512, so it's $1 higher than the bracket number, then there's only $1 is taxed at 33%. We're going to see an example. So when you take a look at this example, for 2021, individual has taxable income of $100,000. The gross federal tax payable before credit is calculated as follows. So tax on the first $98,040, $98,000, because $100,000 is in the bracket between the second and the third, right? So we have to look at the first $98,040. We'll have to pay $70,402 for federal tax. So it's shown in there. And the next, use your total taxable income, $100,000. Deduct the second bracket, $98,040. So that is $1,960. That will be go to the higher tax bracket, the 26%. That is $510. Now the total gross federal taxes before credit will be $70,402 plus the $510. That will be total is $70,912. The average of the taxes is 17.9%. So that is how you calculate your federal tax payable. Then we move on to the provincial tax payable. Provincial tax payable is calculated by multiplying the taxable income by a group of progressive rates. In general, the provincial, other than Quebec, use the same taxable income figures that are used at the federal level. So we use the same taxable income brackets for provincial tax payable. But we need to take a look at, when you see this chart, you could notice that the significant differences in rates between provinces. Maximum rate ranges from 14.5% in Saskatchewan. This is the lowest province in Canada, and then to 21% in Nova Scotia. So that is the highest bracket for provincial tax payable rate. And minimum will go from 5.05% in Ontario, and it goes up to 10.8% in Manitoba. So that's a minimum 2021 tax rate. Quebec is excluded from this range, of course. So this is how you're gonna do your provincial tax return. But before we move on, I wanted to emphasize for provincial residents. So for individual tax return, it's very important regarding your location. So see, if you transfer from Ontario to Saskatchewan by December 31st, 2021, then your tax-based province will be in Saskatchewan. So if you always take a look at the last day of the year, is the location to subject to tax in province. Okay, so that is the most important part for the provincial taxes. Then next, we're going to move on to the tax credit.